Alrighty, good job. You made it to the video where I'm going to help walk you through lesson 2.6. I'm going to reteach you how to solve problems using data. So let's read through this together. You can use a model or write a number sentence to help you answer questions about data. The bar graph shows the different ways students use the computer center after school. How many more students use the computer center for projects than for games? So, in math, we always do what with the question? I know that my teacher taught me we always underline the question. That is part of our cube strategy, right? Oh, my goodness, Miss Miller's getting crazy with the underlining. All right, so we always underline the question. Now, we always box operation clues. Let us box the words, how many more? Because I know in my head that when I hear the word how many more, that tells me that I'm going to subtract. All right, so one way that we can solve it is to use the model. So let's find the bar for projects. I see that right here. The bar ends at what number? We're going to go up, 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 and we see that it ends at this line. So we're going to draw a line over here, and we see that it ends at the number 12. So 12 students use the computer center for projects. Now, we need to find the bar for games. So we are going to look over here at games. We are going to go up, 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 till we get to the top, and draw a line over to see how many. So we know that it's in between 4 and 6, which tells me that I'm landing on the number 5. So 5 students use the computer center for games. Now we are going to count back along the scale from 12 to 5 to find the difference. Remember that this scale counts by twos. So we are going to have numbers in between the numbers listed on the left. Let's count back. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. All right, now let's see how many jumps we made. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We made 7 jumps. So that tells me that the difference is 7 students. Another way that we can solve it is to write a number sentence. So we subtract to compare the number of students. If we think about it, there are 12 students who work on the projects during computer center time. And there are 5 students who play games. So to find the difference, we subtract the smaller number from the bigger number, and we get our answer of 7. Now, we know that 7 more students use the computer center for projects than for games. Now it's time to answer the questions. So let's scroll down here and see what we got. Hold on a minute. Alrighty. Now, we are going to answer these questions. How many more students use the computer center for homework? I'm going to look at homework than for email. My teacher taught me that when I see the word how many more, what does that tell me? Think in your head for a moment. Does that mean addition or subtraction? I know in my head that that tells me I'm doing subtraction. So I have the number for homework and the number for emails. I cannot subtract a bigger number from a smaller number, so I am going to start with the bigger number. So I'm going to do 14, because our bar, if I go up, 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 I end at this line, which is connects me to 14. So I'm going to start with 14. I'm subtracting using a number sentence like this one. I'm going to do 14 minus the amount of students who use the computer center for emails. So I'm going to go to my top of my email bar. I'm going to draw my line over, and I land between 8 and 10, which tells me that I know that the number of people that use the computer center for emails is 9. So I'm going to do 14 minus 9, and that equals, let's count, 14. We're going to count back from 14. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. So when I land on 5, I have 5 fingers up. So that tells me that 5 more students use the computer center for homework than for emails. Now, the next question is, how many fewer students use the computer center for games than for homeworks? So I'm going to erase just so you can see up here what my thought process is. So I'm looking at games and homework. Am I going to take away the number of homework from the number of games? Nope, can't do that, because we cannot take a bigger number away from a smaller number. So I'm going to go to the top of my homework bar, and I know that I land on this number 14. Then I'm going to look at my bar for games. So I'm going to go up to the top, and if I look all the way to the left at my scale, I know that the number of games is a number between 4 and 6. Halfway between 4 and 6 is the number 5. So I'm going to start with my bigger number, which is 14, and I'm going to subtract 5, which is my smaller number. I can also do this on my graph. So let's count back. 1, we're going to count back until we land on 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I counted back 9, which tells me my answer. All right. Remember, you cannot forget that there are numbers in between the numbers listed on your scale. So I counted the number in the middle every time. So I landed on the number 9. Now, the last question. Do more students use the computer center for projects or for email and games combined? So when I read this problem, I hear it as a 2-step problem. I see my operation clues as more and combined. So I need to subtract, but first I need to combine the number of students who use the computer center for email and games. So I'm going to look at email, I'm going to go over, and I get 9. So the first thing that I need to do is add 9 plus the number of games, which is 5. I know that that number is 14, because I did 2 subtraction equations over here with those numbers. Now, it says, do more students use the computer center for projects or for email and games? So we found the email and games. Now we need to figure out which is bigger. The number for projects, which we know is the number 12, or for email and games. So I know that more people, because I know that the number 14 is bigger than the number 12. So I knew that more students use the computer center for email and games combined. Now, I see this magic word over here. This is a word that we often forget. Explain. You now need to explain how you know that more students use the computer center for email and games combined than for projects. You can find this answer by looking at the work we just did. So we know that the combined number of email and games is 14, and you know that 14 is bigger than 12. So that is a good way that you can explain how you know that the number of people that did the email and games combined is bigger than the number for projects. So then you will explain your answer down below on this magical line right here. All right? Thanks for tuning in.